Hi, I'm Brian with Pioneer Builders, Inc. You might have seen another video that I did where I talked about this thermal retrofit. So behind here is where we had the rock wool installation. I worked with Simpson to get some of their hardware, and then ultimately it finished out looking like this. I was just talking to my son and he was commenting, it doesn't even look like these are thin brick. It looks like it's full brick. So the next phase in what we're doing with this project is going to involve actually putting the pavers in. But there's going to be a little bit of buried work. There's going to be some grade that we have to take care of, make sure everything's leveled the way it's supposed to be. But here's the first part. Under here, we're going to end up excavating out this dirt, and it's going to be about a 6-inch trench by about 6 inches by about 25 feet. I didn't throw a tape on any of that, but I'll show you the math on it. These are the pavers. This is actually the old one. What my wife and son did is they made a little landing zone, but now they're going to end up extending this all the way out. In order to get the grade right, these are going to need to come out, but you want to pay attention to this thickness because the gravel layer is going to be underneath this. So even though the quantity of gravel is going to be about 6 inches deep, the whole assembly, I haven't thrown a tape on this, let's call it 3 inches, is maybe a 9-inch trench, something like that. What will end up happening, and we'll just use this as a guide, this will end up getting laid flush with the concrete, and so you can see it's actually going to be higher than that brick. So why are we putting gravel? Primarily so that the water that sheds from the face of this wall won't just sit in the soil. Soil particles will have the water be attracted to it, and depending on the circumstances, you can actually get capillary rise. So we're talking about building science a little bit. Take a Kleenex, take a napkin, put it in water, and watch that level go up. That's capillary rise. Soil can do the same thing. So here's what we're going to use. If you come over here, we've got, this is from Quikrete, Earth Essentials Drainage Rock. And you'll see it as it goes in, but it actually has a variety of sizes of aggregate. If you're in civil engineering or maybe more professional construction, yes, it's rock, but aggregate is the word that you want to start putting into your vocabulary. You can have fine aggregate like sand or large aggregate. And different aggregates have different characteristics. If they're smooth, if they're angular, if you have the fines in there, it might pack a little bit better. We want this to be very free draining so that water will percolate back into the ground. Maybe it'll migrate out. I'm not too worried about it. We're outside of the foundation. The slab on the inside is above grade. Sometimes we can overthink these things. There has been no problem to this point, and we've lived here for about 7 years. So this is just being a little bit smarter now, just to make sure we don't have an issue in the future. So that's why we're doing this particular stage, and we can get to digging. Let me show you establishing grade real quick. So measuring this out, it's about 2¼ inches for each paver in thickness. By the way, this is from some New Zealand blokes. The good rule, kind of nice. You might need like stiffer rulers, stiffer tapes, things like that when it comes to surveying. So 2 inches for that, and then 6 inches of gravel. So what we did is we're going to start from here, and you establish your level, and then from that level line we want to be at roughly 8 inches. So that's about 8 inches. So if that's our level for the bottom of trench, then what we did is we set up our laser level. So this is giving us a level line. We dug this to get at the grade with reference to top of slab. Then we use this, and this becomes our grade stick. So we set that, and then we use this, and as we dug, we just used this. I wasn't worried about going too deep, but I didn't want to go too shallow. So now, hashtag Bradley Cooper, shallow. Bradley, if you're watching this, leave a comment below. My poor son. So you can see all the way down, we're pretty well set. I compacted it just a little bit. It's pretty sandy material. Nobody is going to be walking here. There's no vehicular traffic, no pedestrian traffic, so I'm not too worried about doing nuclear density testing. All right, let's go ahead and drop in the gravel. All right, we are partway through. We used one of these pavers to establish our new elevation for the gravel base. So there you go. We are at end of day as far as this task is concerned. Hopefully we might actually finish it this week, or at least make good progress on it. But you can see how the gravel ended up playing out. Didn't spend a whole lot of time on compaction. The soil here is pretty sandy, so instead of getting paver base, we're going to see if we can just utilize what's here. In commercial construction or professional construction, you might hear cut and fill. To a very limited degree, that's what we might do here. I can just tell we're high with grade here, so we might screed it back and then work from there on out. And of course, there's a billion more things I could say, but let's just call it at that. We'll see you next time. And that's it. We have finally finished the summer project. It is into the fall or autumn, not quite the winter yet, but you can kind of see how this turned out. In a previous video that you might have seen, and I'll go ahead and link below, I talked about the thermal retrofit that we have back here. You can see we've got one more conventional barbecue than this Blackstone griddle style. We haven't gotten to use it yet, but I'm definitely pretty happy with how this has turned out. Come winter time, when it really gets cold enough, I'm going to use my Hike Micro thermographic camera, and I'll check the inside of Ethan's room and see if I can tell how much heat is escaping through basically the base of his room here, and then how much in my wife's and my bedroom, how much heat is escaping there. Hopefully I'll see a difference. And just remember, when we're doing these types of things, it isn't just about dollars and cents, because there is no way that this project here pencils out in terms of a return on investment. Most thermal retrofits, I would say, don't pencil out. But will it make us more comfortable? I think so. This is way nicer because now my family and I can sit out here. It's a little bit more of a comfortable area when it comes to reading and things like that. And the barbecuing area is going to be kind of nice. We like to play cornhole, and look forward to getting to use this more. Thanks for watching this saga. Give me a follow over on social media at Pioneer Builders Inc. Now go build something.